The process of formation of haploid gamete from the undifferentiated diploid germ cell in the male is what is known as the process of spermatogenesis. Means it's actually the process of formation of the sperm from the germ cells. Now this process is actually definitely it is all entirely mediated by the meiotic division, and it is like the first step is actually the formation of the spermatozoa, means actually spermatid, sorry, and spermatid will then undergo the process of spermiogenesis and will form the like the sperm, the main spermatozoa. So the process is actually, in case of the male, it can be segregated into two steps: the spermatocytogenesis or spermatocytogenesis, you can say, and then the spermiogenesis. That entirely encompass the process of spermatogenesis process. Now for the process for this particular generation, it definitely is going to take place within the seminiferous tubule as shown in the diagram. And if you do the cross section of the seminiferous tubule, then you are going to find a structure which is similar to this. And like in the seminiferous tubule, you will be finding that there are this large number of cells that are present there, and the main germ cell is in the process of division and formation. Along with it, there are these specialized cells called the Sertoli cells can be found there. And the Sertoli cells are somewhat, they appear a kind of pyramidal cells. They are actually the nurse, means they are the one which nurture the entire spermatocyte during the stage of formation and development. Plus after the proper development and all, the sperms, they don't have any the cellular structure, means main cellular structure, so they are dependent on the surrounding fluid for their nourishment and all. And it is this nurse cell which nurture them for this entire process, for their viability, for maintaining their viability and existence and all. It is all done by this Sertoli cells. Now let's learn about the steps that are involving there. So first and foremost, the entire process of production of the spermatocyte is actually the spermatocytogenesis, as I've mentioned before. So they are actually the spermatogonial cells which are surrounding the entire boundary, the border. Let me show you, right. It actually surrounds this entire area. This entire area is covered by the spermatogonia cells. So what we are going to find is that these cells undergo several times mitotic division. So increasing its number, means it's just mitotic division which will increase the number to a drastic count. And then some of them will enter the process of formation, this development of the spermatocyte. So when that happens, it will undergo two-step meiotic division, so forming the primary spermatocyte and then finally the secondary spermatocyte. So from there, means actually the primary spermatocyte that is produced, it is actually developing by meiotic 1 into secondary spermatocyte, and then by meiotic spermatocyte it will actually undergo even one more step of meiosis division, meiosis 2, and will form the spermatids. So once the spermatids are produced, this all these spermatids are responsible for uh, like uh, they all are actually going to undergo the division, means differentiation, which will lead to formation of the zoa, means the final spermatozoa. So for that, what actually is going to happen is that all these cells are, like, first of all, by meiotic division, as it actually develops into this particular structure, so finally from there they differentiate slowly, they change their body form and shape, and then they just elongate, means the first and foremost thing is like the nucleus that was there, the nucleus is already reduced to haploid, isn't it? It has reduced to haploid state in this particular stage, in right there in this area. And after that, it's actually simply undergoing division. You can find that the spermatids are showing signs or traces of this tail formation, isn't it? Which was not there in the secondary spermatocyte. So this tail formation is actually necessary because the sperm is actually motile. So it is necessary, this sperm, this kind of flagella is actually required for their motility. So not only that this flagella is extended and become longer, but also it is like studded with a large amount of mitochondria, Actually, I'll share a separate. I'll make a separate video for the like the entire structure of the sperm and all. So now here, just keep in mind that this entire neck region, the one which is shown in yellowish kind of color, is actually a large amount of mitochondria that can be found in their neck region, and that mitochondria is responsible for providing energy for the entire motility or movement of the sperm, which is controlling the motion of the tail or the flagellum. Right now, this entire structure formation, when it happens, you will find that the entire cell has regressed into a very primitive, like primitive in the sense like it doesn't have too much of the cellular material in it, except this mitochondria, except the protein that is necessary for the movement motility of the means the tail. The nucleus is only there, right there in this like head portion, surrounded by an acrosome with many like proteolytic enzymes are there, many enzymes are there. And then finally, like the necessary few proteins that are responsible for like just for the process of metabolism of the fructose, that will be there in the seminal fluid. So it's only that much is what is going to be there in the case of the sperm. And this sperm later on, like it travels, it nurtures itself with those fluid and then will travel uh, via the like with the help of the seminal fluid, and then enter into the uterus. From there it will finally fertilize the ovum. So this entire formation, this entire step of formation of the spermatozoa inside this seminiferous tubule is what is called the process of spermatogenesis. You have to keep in mind, the moment this like sperms are produced, it will be there for certain time, then it will be pushed to the like epididymis. This process of transfer of the sperms or the spermatozoa into the like into this epididymis via the vas efferens is what is known as the spermiation process. Okay, then from there the ejaculation finally will take place when it is necessary.